Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Doyle Beck. I'm going to be changing my name to Brandon Stanley San Angelo, and this is my daily vlog for February 16th, 2026. I don't really have anything prepared to talk about today, and so I'm probably just going to ramble on for about 10 minutes, because that's usually what I like to do. I've been getting in the habit of actually like rewatching these videos after a couple hours after they were uploaded, just so I could, see kind of like the pacing and the whether or not what I'm actually talking about is interesting or not. And I think yesterday, when I was talking about my books, I thought it was pretty interesting, but I also noticed that when I'm rambling, I'm only speaking from my head. So explaining exactly what I'm actually talking about is a lot more difficult for me to make sense of later. So I'm worried that when I'm actually talking to the camera about these things that I'm really interested in, I'm not communicating properly, or I'm not expressing myself the way that I actually mean to express myself. Because when I was watching the video yesterday, I was listening to myself speak, and I knew what I was trying to say, but I didn't actually say it the way that I meant to. So I think that's just going to be like a common par for the course. That's par for the course. Excuse me. I'm really tired today. I went to bed late and I woke up late, and I woke up relatively easy, but I'm still really tired, and I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm actually recording this at my grandparents' house. And there's a lot of work that I need to do around here, and I'm kind of tired and I'm kind of overwhelmed. But honestly, now that I'm actually sitting here talking about it, it's not bad. The thing about me actually working and doing things is the hardest part is just getting past the hump of being overwhelmed. I've made myself a lot of different sayings in the past of how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so then, like, I look around and I just feel like there's just like 30 million elephants, and you know, you can run a marathon or you can walk a marathon, but it takes the very first step, if you know what I'm trying to say. I was looking at these books, these mindful books, and this one is interesting, but I only got them without even really reading them too much, just because I wanted to learn more about mindfulness, because I wanted to understand it as a whole rather than understanding it just on a very base level. I wanted to understand it as a whole so it could help me not only utilize it for myself, but to actually understand what it is that I'm actually meant to be doing. So when I say things like live in the moment, like, what does that actually mean? Like, what is the moment that we're living in right now? We could be talking about like the golden moment, the experience where there is no past, there is no future, there is only the moment that you are in right now, and existing in that moment, feeling your pain, feeling your happiness, feeling your sadness, being honest with the reality of the moment. And um, if you can be honest with the reality of the moment, and you can be honest with yourself, then the way that you behave is different than just reactionary. As an adult, and a lot of what I personally struggle with is I'm constantly thinking about the things that I need to do. I'm thinking about all of the bigger picture items, the big tasks that I have to finish, and I get overwhelmed because I struggle with time management, and then I feel like all of this stuff packs on, and the more bricks that I lay of tasks that I need to accomplish, especially the bigger bricks that are a lot heavier and a lot more time consuming. I'm looking at the whole tower, I'm looking at the whole elephant, and I see a million elephants, and not that it not that I am incapable of eating the entire elephant or the entire room of elephants, but I get scared and overwhelmed, and then I avoid. I have a very avoidant personality, and so I got these two specific books so I could fundamentally understand mindfulness on a broader scale, and uh, with perspectives and opinions from people that actually know what they're talking about, and learning about them. Um, and I get overwhelmed, and that's why mindfulness for me is so important. This 10 mindful minutes, I didn't. As I started reading it, this is a book for mindfulness with children, and I was a little annoyed at that at first, but then I was thinking about it, and I was like, actually, no, this is perfect, because not only is it mindfulness for children, it's also mindfulness for yourself. Like I said earlier, I don't know if I actually said it in one of these daily vlogs, but with my son Dorian, a lot of the learning I have done to become a better parent comes a lot with me seeing myself in my son. So when I'm raising Dorian, I see a lot of myself in him, but he teaches me a lot about my own life based on the way that he thinks and the way that he realizes his reality and the way that he expresses himself. Like, to me, if I didn't do my chores and I got my phone taken away, that just makes sense. Like, okay, well, you're only getting it taken away for this amount of time, but the reaction that you get from a small child, it's very big, and it's a lot easier to see physically. So I see his reactions, and then I realize I feel and think the same way that he does. I'm just an adult, and it's a lot easier for me to conceal those big feelings. And so when I'm watching Dorian and I'm learning to be a better parent and I'm learning to be a better adult, I'm learning not only how to be a better parent, but also a lot more about myself. And then what I'm trying to teach my son is something that I also need to learn to accomplish tasks. And so when I saw that this was for children, I was a little annoyed at first, but then I was like, this is actually perfect. I'll actually be able to get a better understanding. I'll be able to put myself in my children's perspectives, and then I'll be able to learn. It's a physical reminder. In terms of my health, my physical health, I am still, I have type 1 diabetes, and right now I don't have access to my pharmacy, and I have long-term acting insulin, and I've been using that daily in the morning, and it does a good job keeping my sugar relatively stable, but it does a bad job at accounting for all of the carbs that I intake. And so I need to get access to my pharmacy, but at the moment it's not up to me. I can get access to my pharmacy. It's a long complicated story that I don't really feel like getting into it. But the long story short is I need access to my pharmacy. I'm running out of medication supplies, and I'm running out of medicine, but I still have plenty. In the meantime, it's just, the problem is I don't know when exactly I'll be able to get access to my pharmacy. To make, like, my pharmacy, I go through the VA because I'm a veteran. I was active duty Air Force from 2018 to about 2023, maybe around there. And I medically retired because of the type 1 diabetes, and now all of my medication and my pharmacy is all through the VA. but I don't have my phone, and I don't know when I'm going to get my phone back, and my phone has an authenticator that enables me to actually utilize the VA's website. And so here I am trying to get access to the VA without my phone, and it's just like, it's so annoying. I can actually go to the VA, which I'm going to do tomorrow, and actually give me medicine. I need it. So for my type 1 diabetes, I'm still taking care of it, but it's so much harder without the short-term insulin. And for anyone with diabetes, I know everybody's going to be worried. And honestly, I would be worried myself, but I'm tired and I need access to my medicine. So tomorrow I'm going to be going to the VA and doing stuff about it. And in terms of my mental health, I think I've been making a lot of really good improvement. Your mental health, or me specifically, for I can only speak to myself about my own mental health, is it's been very, very difficult to take care of, just because I've been very I've lived my whole life riding the waters of life, and I've lived my whole life thinking I was stupid and that I was incapable of doing things for myself. And there's a lot of core beliefs that I have where you're stupid, you're dumb, you can't do things like a normal person, and I've really been getting in the way. And as I study my core beliefs harder, and as I learn more about my core beliefs, and how bad they are for my overall mental health, I'm becoming more aware of what these core beliefs are actually saying. And I'm naming, I'm visualizing the struggles that I'm going through almost tangibly. I'm visualizing a lot of the things that I struggle with as if they were characters, not to separate myself from my own thought, but more as just to visualize and understand them more. I really hope that makes sense. But there's been a lot of self-improvement mentally and physically. I need to just bite the bullet, and I just need to write down, or just get up and run, get up and do something. The only thing I struggle with now for exercise is the weather. Has been really hard for me, but I just need to stop planning and just do it. Anyway, I'm doing well. I'm gonna make myself some lunch here, and I'm gonna do some of these chores that I've been neglecting a little bit, and tidy up. And then I have work today at about 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. And so I am charging all of the batteries for my camera, and I'm dumping all of the data off the SD card from my camera. And I'm going to make a little found footage thing from that. But I'm going to try to start doing these daily vlogs with an actual camera, and start stitching them together a little bit, because as fun as it is to just sit here and ramble for 10 to 20 minutes, I think for a daily vlog, I think the point is more to showcase your day. And that's kind of hard because I go out a lot, and recording in public is a lot harder than sitting in your the comfort of your own home and just talking about things. But I think it'd be fun. But easy is the goal. I need it to be easy, and because if I'm going to be doing it every day, I literally just want to sit down, ramble, and then just upload and not even think anything about it. So if I'm going to start using a camera and utilizing editing software and actually putting a little bit of production value into these videos, then it has to be easy. Easy is better than quality, just so I can actually do it every day. Anyway, I don't think this is my strongest daily vlog. I kind of just rambled on about random stuff, but I think in a couple hours I'm gonna wake up more and feel a little bit better, so I'm not gonna be so tired talking about this stuff. Anyway, I hope you had a good time hanging out with me. I had a good time rambling on about really nothing. So I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.